Welcome to the Framework Dowsing video. My name is Jane Radford and I'm going to talk through the treatments using the 6 conditions. These are for treating toxins, fermentations, allergies and miasms for a target or a client. After asking, are there any items indicated for this client or target, we then ask, where do I begin with the analysis? And the first section that I always begin with is the 6 conditions. If we get a yes indicator from the pendulum, we then go through these 6 conditions to ascertain which is indicated for treatment. If I go through each of these conditions and give a brief explanation, it will be easy for most people to understand the concept of an allergy. But in reality, an allergy is a chemical or spatial imbalance which would be represented by the rest of the group. It's included here to speed up the dowsing process. A zymosis is a fermentation. Candida albicans is included within this group. A zymoid is a poison from decaying matter, and a diathesis is a tendency towards a disease pattern. Previously these were named miasms but have been relabelled as diatheses for a more accurate analogy during the dowsing process. Recognised conditions are the medically named disease patterns or descriptions of symptoms that are given by most medical professions. And it's interesting to note here that they rarely have a specific treatment. Once we're taken to a recognised condition, invariably we're taken to treating other conditions in order to clear those symptoms. And then the last group, moving upwards, are the unidentified conditions. This is actually a huge and largest group of all these conditions because they haven't been given a compartment or a overall description, or they haven't been divided into different descriptions of what these conditions represent. It's therefore more accurate to include them as unidentified conditions. So none of these conditions have names. They are recognised and isolated using their recognition rates, and they're treated using their treatment rates. So if we douse down the list, for a particular client, we would say, is a condition indicated for this client? Is this an unidentified condition, a recognised condition, a diathesis or a zymoid? In this example, a zymoid is indicated. I have here the zymoid framework. The zymoids are recognised by their recognition rate, and they are grouped according to the first number of that recognition rate. If a zymoid or any of the other conditions begins with a 1 or a 10, it's labelled under the the group starting with 1. So I then ask, does this zymoid begin with a 1, 2 or 3, a 4, 5 or 6, a 7, number 8, and I'm getting a positive response for the number 8. I therefore go through the list until I get to the section where the zymoids are listed beginning with a number 8. So I lay my hand over the first section and say, is it listed within this section? Is it listed within this section? I'm getting a positive response from this section. Is this condition listed within this group, this group, this group, or this group? Is this zymoid condition 89499? And I'm getting a positive response for this client with the zymoid condition 89499. So I would then fill this information in on the treatment record sheet as zymoid, (894 999), and the treatment rate as 79335. We've also included an elemental pattern that is linked with this condition. The X16 is an unidentified element at the present time. I also mark here either with a dot of its use and the date, so it is July 2019, and I include the initials of my target or client here, and then that's building up a history for this client. We can see this is quite a well used rate. It's come up at least 33 times before during treatment analyses. The next stage of the analysis would be to find out where this zymoid is afflicting the target or client, the level at which to treat, the time for each treatment, and the number of treatments. But it is this rate which is entered onto your radionic instrument or into the Multi-Treat 7 radionic software, which is on the Raspberry Pi and sold on the website. For more information, please visit the Framework Dowsing website. We have an actual page called The Conditions, and these can be downloaded from the shop as part of the Framework Dowsing Level 3.4 course. Okay, hope that helps.